Welcome to Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Well, that season is upon us. The NFL training season and camp has began. This is Wednesday. Today, all rookies had to report. Some reported yesterday, voluntarily report on Tuesday. All rookie mandatory today. They were all in One Buck Place. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. The full team will be out there at One Buck Place for first day of training camp, the training camp. So tonight at 5 p.m., all veterans were to be reported to the facility at One Buck Place. I haven't, at the shooting of the show, seen anybody that hadn't made it. Everybody was expected to make it. But by tomorrow morning, when they come out of One Buck Place to the training fields, they will have started training camp in the National Football League for all 32 football teams. And they will be there now until the preseason is over. And they get a week and a half break before the first game of regular season. So it's on now. No news other than them getting started with training camp tomorrow. There's no big news anywhere about Tristan Wirfs, whether he'd be ready the first game. Again, we'll have to wait to the end of preseason to know. Chris Godwin, the same thing. A couple other players the same way. But no main players that you would recognize of the starters that are not ready to go into training camp. God forbid there's any injuries in training camp, and we hope here at Sports Talk with the Cowboy there are no injuries during training camp of any of our players. But almost always out of 32 teams, there are injuries during training camp when they get out there to start in regular season shape. And they put the pads on, and they start running plays and hitting people. We all know what could happen. We'll keep you posted throughout this till the next show if there's any injuries, and God forbid we hope no one is injured. But the training camp has started. For the football fans of America, it has began. And the beginning starts tomorrow morning for every person of the NFL that is able to get out there in training camp, all 32 teams. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers season has been started without the first game of preseason being played, but it started as far as training camp is concerned. We'll keep you posted on the NFL. For right now, that's about all, but that's plenty. Anything that happens, and I pray for every one of the players and the coaches and everyone connected with the teams that no one is injured whatsoever in any of these training camps. But with the thousands of players that are out there, we've got to believe somebody's probably going to get injured in some way, shape, or form. That's just kind of the nature of the business. But we'll keep you posted next week's show if we've heard anything one way or the other. That's about all going on in the NFL, which is plenty. Now we're going to move on to baseball with the Tampa Bay Rays. Last night defeated the Chicago White Sox in Tampa, 5-3. Tonight, the shooting of this show, within a half hour of the end of the shooting of this show, the White Sox and the Rays will play again in the final game of the 3-game series. And hopefully the Rays can take that win and continue to mount some wins before the trade deadline a week from today, the 30th of July. This is when you as a Major League team can move players around and try to make a run for the World Series in October. Some of the teams will be sellers, some will be buyers. Those who don't think they're going to make it are going to be sellers, and those who think they've got to strengthen themselves up to try to make a run to make it to the playoffs and to the World Series will be the buyers. A lot of action as far as transactions will probably be taking place between today and next week, the 30th day of July, which will be the last day of trades during the Major League Baseball season. But right now, the Rays are 53 wins. They're in third place in the American League East. They're 5 games back behind the Blue Jays, 3 games behind the Yankees, a game and a half ahead of the Red Sox, and 4 games ahead of the Orioles. So they're in the middle of our division with plenty of games to go, about 62 games to go. But we're getting to the meat on the bone, so to speak, in baseball, and we're going to kind of separate the winners from the ones that's not going to make a run, and then those that are just completely out, and it's going to get rid of a lot of their big name players. So there's going to be a lot of movement in the next week. We'll keep you posted on the Rays. Right now, we're playing pretty good baseball. We were beating the first game of the series by the White Sox. They came out and got ahead of us. 2 3-run home runs. 2 people on base got out half 6-0 and wound up beating us 8-2 in the first game. And then in the second game last night, we won, and this will be the third game of that series. We will then move on to the Cincinnati Reds, and followed by them the New York Yankees, all away games. So we've got a long stretch after we leave Tampa, after tonight's game, of away games. I think about 8 or 9 days. We'll be on the road, which we've been playing pretty good on the road, but it is a different situation when you're living out of a suitcase in a hotel room. We'll keep you posted on how the Rays are doing and what trades are made, what some of our players are traded for, and what some players maybe the Rays will go get and put back on our team. But they want to know they have a shot at getting into the playoffs. And right now, we're only a game and a half out of the wild card, which is a playoff spot, if the season was to end today. So we're in the mix. We'll keep you posted on the Rays and what's going on in baseball. Tune in tonight with the White Sox. Hopefully we can win. I think Taj Bradley's on the mound for us tonight. And that's about what's going on with the Tampa Bay Rays and the baseball. As far as hockey, we've said it before, they're all gone. They're off. They're enjoying their lives. They're on a boat. They're on a plane. Or they're at home sitting at the mansion's pool and enjoying themselves in this off season. Some are over in Europe playing hockey, trying to stay in shape, but that's on them. But there's no organized NHL activity going on at this moment, so our Lightning are where they are. And we're moving on to NASCAR, and in NASCAR this week in Dover, Denny Hamlin won the NASCAR race in Dover, Delaware. Our driver, Malcolm McDowell, come in 14th, which is the best for him at Dover. His ever best was 17th, so he came in 14th. Wasn't even in the top 10, but he tried to hold on there. This week we have another big race at Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Brickyard. Very, very big race. Michael McDowell has won at the Indianapolis race before. One of his 2 races that he won, so I hope he has a good running at Indianapolis at the Brickyard, which is this weekend in NASCAR. That's what's going on in the NASCAR world. As far as the golf in the British Open, Scotty Scheffler won the British Open, the Open Championship, 17 under par. Carried it out Saturday and carried the lead right on into Sunday. And carried it in from the clubhouse to the trophy. So, again, a major victory for Scotty Scheffler, 2 this year of majors of the 4. And he's won 4 majors in his young career. He's going on 30 years old, I believe. Doing real well out there, but he just carried it from the first round. He was kind of shaky. The second round, you could tell, like he always does, he kind of caught his breath and got his footing and started playing a little steady. By the third round on Saturday, he was carrying it on up to the top and to the very top, literally. And on Sunday, he just put it on cruise control and took it on home. So very, very good effort by him to win the British Open, or the Open Championship, as they call it this year. There will be no more major golf tournaments of this season because that was the last one. Masters #1, PGA, U.S. Open, British Open. So we're done with the PGA's major championships. We'll keep you posted on what tournament is this weekend. I really am remiss to tell you I haven't been following it, been trying to follow the Major League Baseball and the Open and the football training camps. But there will be a tournament here in the U.S. this year in the PGA Tour, and we'll keep you posted on the winner in next week's show. Now I'm going to go to the questions, and the first question is from Donna, and Donna wanted to know, did I hear any more news on Tristan Wirfs or Chris Godwin's injuries? Donna, I heard Tristan Wirfs is, again, as we said last week, Donna, at the end of the preseason, we'll take a look at what he looks like before this PUP list is put out, so we don't want to keep him on the bench 4 games if we cannot have to put him on there. He possibly could be ready. I personally, Donna, believe he probably will be ready. He might miss that first game against Atlanta. I don't look for him to miss 2. That's the only Cowboys' opinion. But God bless you and thank you for your question. And the next question is for David. And David wanted to know if Chris Godwin was going to play this year. And David, I think he will play maybe 4 or 5 weeks in. They're not going to rush him back. They got Ibuku in the first round of this year's draft, as you know. He's going to start outside with Mike Evans, and then you got Daniel McMillan. So you've got the 3 guys right there you're going to be using. Chris is a great, great player. He'll get back when he gets back. I don't look for him back 4 or 5 weeks into the season. That's just what I believe will happen. I believe Tristan Wirfs, as I answered Donna's question, will be back before Chris Godwin will be, frankly. And we'll keep you posted on Chris, but he is rehabilitating, but they're taking their time with him. They're not rushing him or pushing him or getting him out there. Chris knows how his body feels. He came back from injuries before, and that's one of the reasons he re-signed with the Bucs, because they give him that space to let them know when he's ready. And they give him that much respect to let him do it. And Chris is good to do it, and I'm sure he's doing that right now. He won't be seen in preseason. Neither will Trifton Wars. They will not be out there running around in no preseason game. If they're out there, they're on the sidelines with their teammates. But we'll keep you posted on Chris. But God bless you for your question. And Daniel wanted to know, did I think the Rays would take the fairgrounds over Ybor City? Daniel, I really don't know what the new ownership group of the Rays will do about the stadium, whether it be down in Ybor City by the Ice Palace or out at the fairgrounds, what we talked about before. I know it will be in Tampa. I'm pretty sure that it'll be 30,000 seat stadium. It won't be no 65,000, 30,000 seat stadium, close to the fans, kind of more like Steinbrenner, between Steinbrenner and Tropicana, as far as the size is concerned. Not super small, but just a little bit bigger than that. Way gives a little bit more connectivity with the fans. They're not going to have a bunch of empty bleachers above their heads like they did at Tropicana Field. They're going to make it about 30,000 people, I believe. And they're going to make it at a covered stadium so that we can be air conditioned. But I don't know whether it'll be down in Ybor City. I don't think it can be in Ybor City. 14 acres of land is just a little bit too shy for me as far as parking is concerned. But they're smarter than I am. But myself personally, I'd go out there and let the Indians help me out at Seminole Hard Rock Casino. God bless you, and thank you for your questions tonight. I want to continue to tell you that when regular season starts, Sports Talk with the Cowboy will give you those pick sheets. We'll let you know when the season starts. It's Thursday after Labor Day. God bless you. Until next show, Cowboy out.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?